everyone, and welcome back to Vestiges of History, where we tell of storied lives. My name is Dylan, and today I wanted to give you guys a revisit into Lee Marvin. There are many questions that arose in the comment section on my previous video that I wanted to take this opportunity to answer. What better way than to take a deeper dive into his military service record and learn what an 18 to 21-year-old Lee Marvin was like in the Marines in World War II. Everyone, so let's jump right into this. I know a lot of you are probably going to be interested in a lot of the details in here. So what are we looking at? This is his parental consent to get into the Marine Corps, signed by both of his parents, Lamont and Courtney. Here, it is dated. Let's see. He is born 19th February of 1924. It is dated August 10th of 1942. This is an intake for the Marine Corps Reserve. For August, well, actually, no, this is his transfer to Parris Island on August 12th of 1942. He's probably going to get the duration plus 6 months, which was normal, especially at this time in the war. They dropped that later on as we figured out that we would eventually win. Personal description, brown hair, brown eyes, ruddy complexion, 73.5 inches. That's just about 6'1", 160 pounds. Good eyesight, anterior, posterior, all his scars and his physical markings. Let's see, report of independence. Marvin Lee, here's his serial number, 439-673. Mother, Courtney Marvin, 308 East 79th Street, New York, New York. He is listing his mother as dependent and giving her his pay. Oh, how nice of him. This is the contract. For the duration plus 6 months. This, so enlisted 12 August of 42. Don't know what that is yet. The first time I've seen one of these. In the event of payment cannot be made. Oh, this is like an emergency contact form. Application for National Service Life Insurance. Now, for those that remember that scene from Band of Brothers where Lipton is talking about getting life insurance before D-Day, the Marine Corps offered the same service. What's interesting is no insurance company would actually cover any individual soldier in the event of his death because of war. So the United States government created their own insurance company and created this program. So he lists both of his parents here, and it's 50-50, 5,000, 5,000, for a total of 10,000 premium or premium payout. Monthly premiums for $1,000 for insurance. So he is paying cents on the dollar. That's cool. Okay. And the older he gets, the more he pays. So if he is, let's say he's 18, he's paying 64 cents. And he probably, because he got out when he was 21, he paid as much as 65 cents a month for this insurance policy. Okay, this is an allotment. We remember this from Bees. He is giving this money over to, he's keeping this money for himself. Backside of that, another report of independence. Any changes here? No. Okay, backside of that. Okay, this is interesting. A data sheet, dated 24 December 1942. Service number 439-673. Handwritten here. This is for the quartermaster school at New River, North Carolina. Okay, so he was transferred there. And promoted to corporal, apparently, on February 3rd of 43, but it's crossed out. So we remember from my previous video that he left the quartermaster in the Marine Corps in order to get into combat. Quartermaster school had not point, New River. He was a very good student. He warranted he deserved being corporal. Okay. Oh, and this is his... and this is his report card for how he did in the individual schools at quartermaster school. So subsistence, which is all your mess and your food related things. We got an 83, purchasing 89, transportation 98. So he did well there. Dispersing, which is your payments, being a dispersing officer, for instance, he got a 59, so not good at that. Marine Corps accountability, 86. Well, okay. Typewriting satisfactory. Date 24 December 1942. All right. Office of the Commanding Officer, Marine Corps, Marine Barracks, Camp Elliott, San Diego, February 3rd of 43. So he's transferred out to California. Let's see. He is to be appointed corporal, special clerical, QM duty only, temporary as of this date, effective 25 January of 1943. Okay. Okay, this is a 1 July 1943, Company B, 20th Marines Engineers, 24th Marines Reinforced, Camp Pendleton, Oceanside, California. What is this? Classification. Oh, okay, so he is wanting out of the quartermaster and wants to go to line duty, I can assume, because that's the only option for him. Every Marine is a rifleman first, so he is going to go to the line. He does not desire to remain in quartermaster work. It is shown he is incapable of performing the duties of both quartermaster work and line as corporal. So, purposeful self-sabotage, maybe? Okay, let's see what else. Okay, backside of that page. This is an endorsement, just like with B's. So he got it. And he was reduced to a private in the line. See, sign. Okay, here's the back. Okay, here's a blue. Okay, what is this? This is another endorsement for a reduction. So this is his demotion to a private. Okay, this is an allotment to his mother of $25. Backside of that. Headquarters, 24th Marines Reinforced, Camp Pendleton, Oceanside, California, 1 August of 43. Clerical reduction, Marine Corps serial number 92148, dated 23 July 1943. Hereby reduced. Okay, so this is the formal demotion, reduction of his time of his rank to a private. So, slick sleeve. Oh, okay. This is Headquarters, Division Special Troops, 4th Marine Division, Fleet Marine Force, Camp Pendleton, Oceanside, California, 10 January 44. Division Special Troops Promotion Order, 2-44. Letter of Instruction. Okay, what is this? This is 2 Private First Class, so PFC, Marvin Lee, 439673, U.S. Marine Corps Reserve. Oh, that's interesting. I have this guy's Seabag, Howard J. Chamberlain. What are they doing together? Interesting. Okay, what is this? Okay, they're giving copies to the Tank Battalion, Special Weapons Battalion, Headquarters Battalion. Okay. Let's see. Headquarters, 22nd Marines Reinforced, 5th AC. I don't know what AC means in this context. 2nd March 1944. Commanding Officer, 4th Marine. Employment of Company D, 4th Tank Battalion, 4th Marine Division. Comment on. Okay. I'm going to gloss over this, and anything like sounds interesting to me, I'm just going to read out. Feel free to pause here and read as you wish. Some of this is kind of worn, so it may not be the easiest to read for you. When the attack progressed southward and I learned that the depleted companies of the 1st Battalion could not thoroughly mop up the areas advanced through, I ordered the commanding officer of the scout company to take 3 of his platoons and follow in the advance of the 1st Battalion, mopping up areas passed through. Later, I ordered a 4th platoon of this company to carry supplies of grenades and explosives up to the advanced companies. and then to join the forward platoons of the Scout Company. This platoon arrived at the front lines at a this platoon arrived at the front lines at a critical time when explosives were badly needed by A Company. The Scout Company did a thorough job of mopping up the rest of the afternoon and were employed as frontline assault troops during the last hour of daylight. The following morning, this same company led the attack in 1st Battalion Zone of Action until mopping up operations were completed. I regret that I did not have the opportunity to personally thank the CEO of this company for his splendid assistance. He and his company were bold and aggressive, and they quickly cooperated and worked with my companies and the medium tanks. All of my officers and men who fought with the Scout Company state it was a pleasure to do so. That is probably the most Marine thing I've ever read. Well, no, that's not, but pretty damn close. I wish to add my own sincere appreciation to the splendid work done by D Company, 4th Tank Battalion, and to thank the 4th Marine Division for the loan of these fine troops. J.T. Walker. Okay. So this would be the Battle of Kwajalein, I think. That's interesting. Okay. Telegram. 18 July of 44. To his parents. Okay, he was wounded in action. Lee Marvin has been wounded in action, performance of his duty in service of his country. Okay. And that is 18 July of 44. Okay, what is this? 3 August of 44. Dear Mrs. Marvin, this is M.G. Craig, First Lieutenant. He is responding to Mrs. Marvin asking for more information about her son's, Lee's being wounded. Says on that your son was wounded in action during the invasion of Saipan Islands, Marianas Islands. However, supplementary information is expected concerning the nature and degree of his wounds, and when a further report is received, you will be promptly informed. Okay, that's as of 3 August of 44. This is the allotment stop notice. This is for April of 45. Okay, so this is all out of order. 9 March of 45, U.S. Naval Hospital, Chelsea, Massachusetts. 9 March of 45. Marvin Lee 439673 PFC. You're granted 30 days leave commencing at 9 March of 45, expiring at the hospital not later than 2400 hours. 9 April 1945. He will be at his parents' address in New York. Okay. Instructions for enlisted personnel on leave. Act accordingly. Oh, hitchhiking by naval personnel on leave is forbidden. Interesting. They did it anyway, though. Request for allotment information. Oh, cool handwriting. Still in the service. What date is this? This is May 2nd of 45. So he's still in the service after being wounded back in July. Why? Was he on light duty? Okay, well, let's see. Okay. I have questions. So 19 June 1945. Okay, so this is 3 July 1945. East Coast Reclassification and Redistribution Center, Marine Barracks, Navy Yard, Philadelphia. Okay, so written statement in compliance, enclosure forward herewith. Oh, okay. Statement of PFC Lee Marvin. I, Private First Class Lee Marvin, desire to be discharged from the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve and not retained in a limited duty status. That is 3 July 1945. Nice signature. Okay, this is going to be one of those endorsements. It's running through the desks. Allotment stop notice again for July of 45. Okay, so here's his mustering out pay from the dispersing officer. We don't know how much, but here's the check number. That's interesting. Casualty Company, Marine Barracks, Marine Barracks, Naval Yard, Philadelphia. Okay. And that's as of August or September of 45. They're a month apart. Do not know. Oh, so he was completely discharged July 24th. He was, discharged July 24th of 1945. Back of that. Okay, this is his separation record. Marvin Lee, what does this tell us here? Okay, so this is separation record. What does this tell us? Marvin Lee, none, PFC. New address in Chicago. Parents' address still there. Place from separation, Casualty Company, Marine Barracks, Naval Yard, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 24 July 1945. Honorable discharge. He was in for 1 year and a month. Military specialties, quartermaster supply man. Didn't like that. Rifleman, 745. All Marines are a rifleman first. Rifle NCO, 737. Scout sniper or sniper scout. They have that backwards. 761. MOS 761. Okay, this is cool. The fact that they have that filled out like that. Quartermaster school, quartermaster, 12 weeks. Principal military duty. Rifle NCO, 737. So we can kind of interpret that as saying he was good in combat. The skills he must have learned in Scout Sniper School allowed him to be a competent leader, at least of a small contingent of Marines in combat. Something, it would be equivalent to maybe a sergeant. Civilian occupation, mail clerk. Hey, that's not what he did. Let's see, 741. Florida Citrus Commission, Lakeland, Florida. May want to enter college this fall of 1945 for advertising. Here's his honorable discharge. Date of enlistment, 12 August 1942 to 24 July 1945. So almost 3 years. Got out as a PFC. And his mustering out pay was $136.50. Notification of discontinuance of allotment. Okay, so no more monies because he is out of the service. What is this? Okay, this is like similar to what was in B's. This is a update from the rehabilitation side when they were transitioning Marines out of the military into civilian life. Let's see, Lee Marvin, please inform in case of Chicago. So he's attending the Dodd-Harris schools. I don't know what that is. I can assume it's a school for advertising, given that it's also incorporated. So it's definitely a for-profit school, so it's not a nonprofit or an actual educational. I'm guessing this school is for advertising. Dodd-Harris Schools Incorporated. He is attending. He has a pension claim, and a pension claim has been okay. Final disposition of Lee Marvin, living in Chicago. Employed at none, attending school, enrolled at Dodd-Harris Schools. Pension status adjudicated. Oh, okay, now this is cool. Okay, this is a qualification card, very similar, or actually it is what was also in B's. What this does is it contains all of the vital data as well as interests and ancillary data that would have been useful for the Marine Corps to figure out who was the best man for the job. Okay, so Marvin Lee, none at the top. 439673 serial number. Hey, look, he got a half an inch taller apparently. Let's see, New York, 1924. What is this? Okay, this is his school. Okay, he can type 30 words per minute. Occupations, hobbies. He likes hunting, target shooting, and hiking. So he's outdoorsy. In high school, he excels at track. He's very good at track. Oh, we remember that because of his records in his school in Florida. Swimming. He actually placed in swimming. Highest position of leadership, Corporal, U.S. Marine Corps. Okay, now what is... Oh, okay, so this is his record of current service, and this is all his military stuff. So this one is civilian side, civilian qualifications and education. This is military qualifications and education. So let's start at the top. Okay, so basic training was done at Parris Island. On October 42, sent to quartermaster school. He was there for 2 months under instruction. 3rd December 42, he is sent to service company Camp Elliott as a corporal. That is the corporal quartermaster that he didn't want it out of, and that's an 821. He did 3 months in that position. On 26th of March of 43, he is in Company B, 20th Marines Engineers, reinforced at Camp Pendleton, California. He's in there for 4 months under instruction in the infantry. 6 August of 43, he's with Headquarters and Service Company, 24th Marines Private. So he's left the quartermaster. He's now bussed down to a private. 5 months as a scout sniper. So this might be when he is in the school at Green's Farm. That's interesting. So he's a scout sniper now. He went through the course. 24 December of 43, he's in Company D Scouts Headquarters Battalion. Now he's a PFC because he had that promotion earlier on in the file. He's in that Principal D for 3 months. Scout Sniper 761. So he's in that position for 3 months, Scout Sniper 761. Now, what's interesting is these Company D Scouts are the historical progenitor for 4th Recon Battalion. That's cool. 22 March of 1944, he has left the Scout Sniper Platoon or Scout Platoon or Recon Platoon, whichever it was called. He left Recon. Oh, now that okay. So in December 24th of 1943, he's in Company D Scouts, Headquarters Battalion PFC. Okay, so he was promoted to Private First Class, remember, and he's in there for what looks like, I can't read that. It looks like 3, but God knows what that could be actually. But he's a Scout Sniper 761. So Company D Scouts would become Recon Company Headquarters Battalion, 4th Marine, 24th Marines, 4th Marine Division, just before Saipan. On 22 March of 1944, he is in Company I, so India Company, 3rd Battalion, 24th Marines, PFC, Private First Class again. He's a rifleman for a month, and acting rifle NCO 737 for 5 months. 16 September of 44, he's Casualty Battalion, TC Fleet Marine Force Pacific. He's a patient. 12 December of 44, he is same thing, patient. 22 February 45, Barracks Detachment, Marine Barracks, Naval Yard, Boston, patient, same thing. There's a note here for surgeons. Let's see, 3 July 45, he is at Rest and Relaxation Center, Marine Barracks, Naval Yard, Philadelphia. He's reclassified, so he's on the way out. 13 July 1945, Marine Barracks, Naval Yard, Philadelphia. He's at the Naval Hospital. I don't know what SK means. 24 July 1945, he is discharged from the Marine Corps Reserve. Okay, it's over here. Let's see, Quartermaster Battalion, TC, CINC. What would that be? Of course, Quartermaster Systems. Don't know what that is immediately. Duty desired, engineer, line duty, infantry. Okay, here's qualifications and military specialties. Quartermaster supply man, 821. Scout sniper. Secondary, 761. 6th August of 43. So that's like maybe a graduation date. Rifleman, 745, 20 April of 44. Rifle NCO, primary, 737, 10 June of 1944. Okay. Oh, he was enlisted. They crossed out induction. That's interesting. Qualification, 223, 223, sharpshooter, 2 October of 1942 with the 03. I'm assuming that's the 03. That's usually what that means. So for those in the comments on the Lee Marvin video I did previously, I am not and was not commenting on 223, the caliber or rifle round. Yeah, that was not invented until 1957. I was talking about his actual score on the rifle range to qualify. Oh, as a qualified swimmer, combat. So we took a combat swimming course. That's cool. Reduced from corporal to private, 1 August of 43. Letter of appreciation. Company D, 4th Tank Battalion, 4th Marine Division. CG, 4th Marine Division, 2 March of 44. Award Purple Heart Medal, 1 August of 44. Award Presidential Unit Citation with Star for March, 4th Marine Division, 8 November 44, Secretary of the Navy, Unit Commendation, Company D, 4th Tank Battalion, 5 April of 44, CO of the 22nd Marines, and he was overseas a total of 13 months. Okay, what is this? Okay, so this is where every single duty station he was with. You can pause here and go through this as you wish, of course. Okay, so reduced to private, Headquarters Service Company Marines, joined Company D Scouts, Headquarters Battalion of 4th Marine Division, Fleet Marine Force, 24 December of 43 is what that looks like. As I can assume that's a 43 because it comes after August of 43. In the field, January 13th of 44 via the USS Schley, the Schley, temporary line, private first class, designation changed to, designation changed to Recon Company, Headquarters Battalion, 4th Marine Division, Fleet Marine Force, March 12th of 44. Then he joins, so 10 days later, he joins the 3rd Battalion, 24th Marines, Fleet Marine Force. So that's going to be India Company. So he went from being a recon Marine, a scout sniper Marine, to a recon Marine, to being a regular rifleman in the infantry. And that's on 22 March of 44. Then he joined the Headquarters Company Casualty Battalion, Transfer Center. Okay, so he is wounded, and then he goes to the Transfer Center. Wounded in action, June of 1944. Oh. What is this? Oh, he got NJP'd. Quitting post before being properly relieved. Disobedience of a lawful order of a superior officer. On June 5th, 1944. Okay. Okay, let's, so he's beginning to bounce in between hospitals and casualty battalions until he is discharged as a PFC in July 24th, 1945. Okay. Marine Corps Personnel Department, Enlisted Detail Division, discharge. Okay. And here's the cover of his service record book, his SRB. His rank, kick down, and he's up again. 12 August of 42. And there he is. That is a very young Lee Marvin. That photo was taken 21 August of 1942. And he looks happy. What else is here? Okay, parents information, Lamont and Courtney. Okay, nothing we don't already know here. That is a really, really cool photo. It's cool that that's still in there. Okay, and these are all of the scars and things that are on his body, all his markings. That looks like an appendectomy scar. Scar there. Professional conduct record. Okay, so imagine this is his report card for being a good boy or not. From every duty station that he was transferred or joined. So most of it is pretty good. 4.3s, 5s, 4s. Here's a 3.8. That's in... This guy didn't... Oh, this guy might not have cared. But here's a 3.8 for 24th Marines Reinforced. This is when he's in the engineers. This is Headquarters and Service Company. Nothing there. Headquarters Service Company. Nothing there. Company D Scouts. Headquarters Battalion. Joined 24. Nothing there. Company D Scouts again. He's in the 3s. Recon Company. Headquarters Battalion. Transferred. So he transferred. 22 August of 44. Then it's I Company. So he joined them. It's really cool to see all the different handwriting and all the different inks they used. That's a really, really fine nibbed pen right there. What else do we have? Casualty Battalion. Okay, so he was relatively well behaved. So why was he NGP'd? I mean, we know why he was NGP'd, but that doesn't seem to be within his character. What is this? Offenses. Headquarters Service Company, 24th Marines, 4th Marine Division, Camp Pendleton, Oceanside, California. Absent on leave from 6 a.m. 15 November 1943 to 5 a.m. 17 November 1943. Sentenced by DC to 1 month's EPD or extra punitive duties, plus loss of pay for loss of pay of $15 per month for a period of 2 months. So he's out. Total loss of pay of $30. Is that? I don't know that name. He's a captain in the Marine Corps Reserve. Company I, 3rd Battalion, 24th Marines, 24th Marine Division, San Francisco. 2 June of 1944, quitting post before being properly relieved at or about 3 a.m. Second charge, disobedience of a lawful order of a superior officer, sent by DCM to be confined for a period of 5 days. See slip B. Okay, so he was in the brig for 5 days. Expeditions, engagements, distinguished service. Post office. Serving outside the continental limits of the United States. Award Purple Heart Medal at U.S. Naval Hospital number 108 on 11 August 1944. Infantry weapons record. Rifle Range Detachment, New River, North Carolina. 2nd of October 1942. He shot a score of 223. A final qualification of sharpshooter. That was approved by a J.M. Rutledge, captain. Pistol qualification. Familiarization, shot a 163. He warranted a bayonet. He warranted expert qualification in the bayonet in 3 September 42, and he took part in the familiarization course on the M1 carbine in July of 1943. Special military qualifications: 737 rifle NCO. Cool. Okay, so he was good with guns. He was good in leadership. He was good in combat, it looks like. He was apt for the job. 6 April 1943. Classes: qualified swimmer, 5-hour combat course. Passed that. Okay, individual instruction with the rifle. Satisfactory. Close order drill. Rifle squad. Satisfactory. Service rifle, caliber 30, satisfactory. Automatic pistol, caliber 45, didn't do it, but later satisfactory. Automatic rifle, caliber 30, satisfactory. Thompson submachine gun, satisfactory. And you retested twice on that, and the BAR as well. Nothing on the VB rifle grenade, hand grenade, all satisfactory. Packing equipment and clothing, satisfactory. Satisfactory across the board. Pay account on page 28. So this is all the money. So someone should, add all this up, and it shall not be me. Pay account record for Lee Marvin. Every cent that he was paid in the Marine Corps, someone should add that up, and it shall not be me. General pay data, line temporary, private, special, let's see, what is this? Time lost. Okay, so when he was AWOL for a day. General pay. Oh, he gave $10 to the Red Cross. That's nice. Record of court-martial, loss of pay. November 43. Month checked. Okay. So we already know about that. Discharge, Marine Barracks. Oh, they issued him a pack and mess equipment. That's cool. Occupational qualification record. Business Kidder Peabody, New York City. So he went into advertising for a bit. To be pasted into service book. Court memorandum. Okay, so this is his court-martial form. One of them. Headquarters was October 24th. Camp Pendleton. Absent on leave. 6 a.m. to perform extra punitive duties for a period of 1 month and to lose pay $50 per month for a period of 2 months. Total loss pay $30. Okay. William E. Combs, U.S. Marine Corps Reserve. Second one. Private first class. Quitting post before being properly relieved at or about 3 a.m. 2 June 1944. Disobedience of a lawful order of a superior officer to June 1944. Specification by plea to be confined for a period of 5 days. That is, wait, so that's just before, this is a very serious offense right here, but that is a couple weeks before Saipan. They wouldn't hit Saipan until June 15th. Whoa, okay. Okay, and these are little slips in his service record. So, embarked on board USS Schley at Eniwetok Atoll, Marshall Islands, to 23 February 1944. Transferred to USS Newville, 24 February 1944. Sailed 25 February 1944 and arrived Kwajalein Atoll, 26 February 1944. Sailed 29 February and arrived Oahu, territory of Hawaii, 8 March 1944. Sailed 9 March and arrived in Maui. And that's signed by Katzenbach. So this is when he is with the Scouts. Katzenbach comes up in the Scouts research. 17 February 1944. Landed and secured Thierry... I don't even know. Tetiripuchi and Bogan Islands, Marshals. 18 February 1944, secured Bogianurik Island and unnamed island, Bogan Island, Ilu, Galab Island, Ruhi Island, Bogombogo Island, and Bogolua Island in the Marshall Islands. 19 February 1944, landed on Rigili Island and participated in action against enemy forces. That's okay. We don't hear about this. 19 February 1944, landed and secured Grenum Island, Liberan Island, Mui Island, Igurin Island, Marshall Islands, 22-23 February 1944. Participated in action against enemy forces on Perry Island, Eniwetok, Eniwetok. So I actually have a cartoon that Lee drew of a remembrance of this combat in the night of 22-23 February 1944 at Perry Island. What else do we have here? Embarked on the USS Slay at San Diego. Arrived Hawaiian area 2044. Arrived and disembarked Melu Kwajalein. So this may be out of order. Designation of Company D Scout 4th Tank Battalion Division Special Troops changed to Reconnaissance Company. Headquarters Battalion Division Special Troops 4th Marine Division Fleet Marine Force 12 March of 44. Authority Division Special. Okay, so this is when Scout Company was renamed or redesignated Recon Company in March of 1944. If I'm getting redundant, I'm sorry. I'm just putting this together as I'm reading it. 31 January 44, participated in battle at Kwajalein Atoll, Marshall Islands. Company I, 3rd Battalion, 24th Marines, 4th Marine Division, Fleet Post Office, embarked aboard the USS Fuller at Maui, territory of Hawaii, on 10 May 1944 and sailed there from on 11 May 1944 through 11 to 13th of May 1944 at Honolulu, territory of Hawaii. Sailed therefrom on 14 May 1944, 14th through 19th May at sea on maneuvers in Hawaiian area. Arrived at Eniwetok Islands 8 June of 1940. So he went back to Eniwetok after fighting on it the first time. Sailed there from 11 June 1944. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, okay. So he was actually underway on the USS Fuller from Pearl Harbor to Eniwetok when he left his post and got court-martialed, NGP'd, or EPD'd. Okay, so he was aboard ship. He was not in he was in combat per se, but he was not on an island, which that is still pretty dangerous, but not as dangerous, in my opinion. Feel free to correct me. Marshall Islands on 8 June 1944. Okay, so this starts making sense now. Sailed there from, arrived, disembarked at Saipan, Marianas on 15 June 1944. Company I participated in the Battle of Saipan from 15 June 1944 until June 18th, 1944. 15 February 1944, embarked on USS Schley, Kwajalein Atoll, Marshalls. Okay. Embarked aboard USS Dorothy L. Dix at Pearl Harbor and sailed there from 28 January 1945. Arrived and disembarked at San Francisco 3 February 1945. Okay. Headquarters, 3rd Battalion, 24th Marines. Authorized to wear 1 star on the Asiatic Pacific ribbon for participation in either or both of the battles of Saipan and Tinian. Okay, so that's dated 15 November 1944. 8 November 1944, awarded President's Unit Citation, Ribbon Bar, and Blue Enamel Star for participation on the Marianas Island campaign. Here he's also authorized to wear 1 star for the Asiatic Pacific Area Service Ribbon, occupation of Kwajalein and Majuro Atolls, Marshall Islands operation. Okay. Company of which Reconnaissance Company headquarters. Company of which PFC Lee Marvin, 43673 U.S. Marine Corps, was a member, was commended by the commanding officer, 22nd Marines Reinforced, for partaking in the, what is this word here? Could be operation, could be combat, of any Weetok Atoll on 23 February 1944. Headquarters Island Command, Purple Heart Award for Lee Marvin for wounds received in action against the enemy Saipan Island on 18 June 1944. Okay. Record of awards, decorations. This is October 7th of 44. 5th Island Command. This is his Purple Heart. Yes. Commander Landing Ship Squadron 7. What is this? It is requested that the award adjudication be made from the below. This is 1957. What is... Okay. It's Commander Landing Ship Squadron 7, San Francisco, California, 17 December 1957. Marvin Lee received... What is this? Marine Corps as a private first class for physical reasons as a result of wounds received in action. Copy 2, Mr. Lee Marvin, 2 Latimer Road, Santa Monica, California. So this is after he's an actor and he can afford a place in Santa Monica. What's handwritten here? Wounded in action, 18 June 44. Gunshot wound, left buttocks. Okay. PFC, MCR. Okay. Department of the Navy, Marine Corps, 11 February 1958. Enclosed, you'll find the below checked awards in which you are entitled for your service in the Marine Corps. Purple Heart Certificate. Okay. Presidential Unit Citation with Ribbon Bar awarded the 4th Marine Division for service in Saipan, Tinian, 1944. Navy Unit Commendations. American Campaign, yes. Asiatic Pacific Campaign, yes. Victory Medal World War II, yes. Okay. The records of this headquarters show that you are entitled to and were awarded the Purple Heart for wounds sustained in action against the enemy in August of 1940. Okay. This is, again, Latimer Road, Santa Monica. Same thing here, but for Korean War. Stars authorized for Asiatic Pacific Medal World War II, if shown below. 2 bronze stars, 1 for the Marshalls, 1 for the Marianas. Report of medical survey. Okay. Joined Marine Barracks Naval Yard, Boston. It's weird that I've learned how to read that now. 22 February 1945, 43673. Man, there is just handwriting everywhere, isn't it? PFC, Lee Marvin, River, Marine Corps, 2 years, 9 months. Admitted from U.S. Naval Hospital, Aiea Heights Territory. So he spent a lot of time in Hawaii after getting shot. Okay, so he's now stateside on the East Coast in the late winter of 1945. Let me read this. This 21-year-old PFC U.S. Marine Corps Reserve received a bullet wound of the left buttock from sniper fire on Saipan on 17 June 1944. He was evacuated to the USS Solace on 18 June 1944, where there was recorded an oblique wound of the left gluteal region, 5 by 12 centimeters in size, which penetrated to the muscle layer. The wound was debrided, irrigated, sprinkled with microcrystalline sulfa powder, microcrystalline sulfathiazole, and dressing applied. He was given sulfadiazine by mouth and 60,000 units of gas bacillus antitoxin. Then transferred to the U.S. Fleet Hospital 108 on 26 June 1944. A second debridement and irrigation with removal of some of the 25 caliber bullet and fragments and a secondary closure were performed on 10 July 1945. He was given 590,000 units of penicillin, and his only complication was a post-spinal puncture headache. Ooh, they gave him a spinal tap. On 26 July 1944, he was discharged to duty. He returned to the sick list on 15 August 1944 at Division Dispensary, 4th Marine Division, complaining of pain in the left hip and in the old scar tissue. Tenderness over the medial 1/4 of the scar was noted, and by x-ray, a 6 by 10 millimeter foreign body was located over the left sacrum, 2 centimeters from the midline and 3 centimeters below the superior border. On 16 September 1944, he was transferred to the U.S. Naval Hospital, Aiea Heights, WWII, and he was tender over the previously reported foreign body, and it was removed under local anesthesia on 22 September 1944. That's an interesting date for me. He was returned to duty on 15 October 1944. On 12 December 1944, he was again admitted to the sick list at the 4th Marine Division Dispensary, complaining of pain in the back. A restricting fibrosis of the scar was noted, and a diagnosis of neuritis, posterior femoral cutaneous nerve, was made. He was transferred to the U.S. Naval Hospital, Aiea Heights, WWII, on 12 December 1944. A tender scar with diminished sensation distally was noted, and 7 hours relief of pain with service anesthesia was obtained. His back pain thought to be incidental, but as continued, back of that. But as a long time for regeneration of nerve fibers was predicted, he was evacuated to the United States. So he gave it the college try to stay in. On arrival here, he complained of a tender scar and a low back pain. Both the past medical and family histories were negative. The physical examination on admission revealed an old right rectus scar and a tender 10 by half-inch scar left buttock area. There was a circular area 3 inches in diameter inferior to the scar with diminished sensation and pain on deep pressure. Since admission, he has been seen by 2 neurosurgeons who noted the above findings, but felt the incision on the scar was not indicated that he could sit and walk without discomfort, and that further surgery would do more harm than good. They also noted that his neuritis was not posterior femoral cutaneous. This patient continued to complain of tender left buttock after 30 days convalescent leave. It is the opinion of the Board of Medical Survey that this patient is unfit for full duty and is recommended that he be assigned to duty within the continental limits of the United States for 6 months and then be reevaluated. Disability is of such a nature as not to interfere with his performing useful duty. Retention on active duty is not likely to aggravate the disability. This man is capable of performing all the duties of his rate. Discharge, if retention is not desired by the U.S. Marine Corps, his discharge is recommended. Origin is not a result of his own misconduct and was incurred in line of duty. Existed prior to the appointment of enlistment? No. Fit for limited duty for 6 months. He will be assigned limited shore duty for 6 months within the continental United States and then reevaluated. Okay. So they're being honest with him, and he's being honest with them, it looks like. Okay, back of that. Oh, okay, this is the folder. EMR 43673. Okay, are we done? Oh, I think we're done. So that was eye-opening. There's details in there that I wish I would have added to the first video, for sure. There are some important contexts in there that I think are worthy. There have been a couple questions about Lee Marvin's getting out as a PFC when he was, quote unquote, such a badass. Well, he also did what 19 and 20-year-olds do in the Marine Corps sometimes. So it kind of is what it is. I'm glad that these records are available. I'm glad that they are existing in this condition and that they're publicly available. There will be more videos of this type where I take deeper dives into the records of an individual, either because there isn't a vestige for them, or there is or there's such there's an abundance of valuable information within the record. Now, I do this all with respect to the individual, their privacy, and of course all discretion, because these are people who are people, and everyone screws up at least once or twice in their life. So everyone deserves some level of grace.
I very much hope y'all enjoyed this deep dive into Lee Marvin's service record from his time in the Marines in World War II. I'm sure that answered many questions for y'all, particularly what the difference is between his accuracy score on the range in 1942, which allowed him to be classified as a sharpshooter, and also why he got out as a PFC when discharged in 1945 instead of a corporal or a sergeant, when he clearly had military experience and was also a 7.37 rifle NCO. When we compare the context of the Lee Marvin we got to know on the screen versus the 18 to 21-year-old Lee Marvin that was in the Marines in World War II, we can clearly see that most of the time he was just playing himself. He was a badass in general. Please like, share, subscribe, do the whole thing, but please share this video where you think it'll do the most good, where people will enjoy it. And as always, remember, you never know who will tell your story. Live a storied life.